There's a multi-million-dollar industry built on one thing, your loneliness. And the people running it, they don't want you to succeed. They want you to stay lonely because that's how they make money. I'm talking about the red pill industry, the manosphere, the dating gurus, the alpha male coaches. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how the scam works, who's making millions, and most importantly, why you need to stop following it, because the harder you try to follow their advice, the lonelier you become. And that's by design. Let's break it down. Let's start with what they're actually selling, because once you see the whole ecosystem, you'll understand how the trap works. First, the courses, $500 to $2,000 for a PDF and some pre-recorded videos teaching you how to be alpha and how to attract a high-value woman. They promise master your masculinity, become irresistible, get the girl. The reality is generic advice you could find anywhere on YouTube for free. Hit the gym, be confident, don't be needy, work on yourself. Nothing wrong with that advice, but you don't need to pay $2,000 for it. And here's the first red flag: these courses don't have refund policies. Why? Because if you could get the money back after realizing it doesn't work, they'd have no business. Then there's the coaching, $5,000 to $10,000 for personalized one-on-one session with dating expert. Same promises, same generic advice, but now it's exclusive and tailored just for you. I've seen these coaching sessions. You know what they consist of? A guy on Zoom telling you to approach more women and stop being in your feelings. There's $200 per hour for advice that you could find anywhere on YouTube and from your friend for free. But here's the psychological trick: the higher the price, the more you believe it must be valuable. It's called premium pricing illusion. They're not charging $10,000 because the advice is worth it. They're charging $10,000 because it makes you think it's worth it. And the membership, $50 to $200 per month to join their elite Discord or Telegram group, where you get what? Access to other lonely guys sharing the same struggles. And occasionally, the guru posts motivational quotes or a screenshot of his bank account. These communities aren't support groups, they're retention mechanisms. Keep you paying monthly while you wait for the secret that will finally change your life. But wait, there's more. Add it all up: courses, coaching, membership, affiliate links to supplements, merchandise, book sales, podcast sponsors, fresh and fit. Estimated earnings $3 to $5 million per year from their products, podcasts, courses, and memberships alone. Andrew Tate, before his legal troubles, he was claiming $50 million per year from Hustlers University, a membership program that at its peak had 100,000 plus paying members at a $50 per month. This is an advice, this is a business model, and you're the product. Now, let me show you exactly how they get you to buy, because once you see the formula, you can never unsee it. Step 1. Make you feel inadequate. You're not getting this because you're beta. You're too nice. Women don't respect you. You're doing everything wrong. They don't start by helping you, they start by breaking you down. Because if you felt fine about yourself, you wouldn't buy their course. Let me give you a real example. This is from a Fresh and Fit episode. If you're struggling with women, it's because you are low value. You need to level up. You need to become high value. And we're going to show you how. Notice what they did there? They diagnosed your problem. You're low value. Created urgency. You need to fix this and position yourself as the solution. We'll show you how. Step 2. They offer the solution. But it's not your fault. Society lied to you. Your parents lied to you. Disney movies lied to you. Women lied to you. Everyone lied to you. Now they're your ally. They're only telling you the truth. This is called us versus them framing. They position themselves as part of your tribe. Men who figured it out. Guess the word that deceived you. And psychologically, this is powerful. When you feel like someone finally understands your struggle, you trust them, even if they are the ones who created the struggles in the first place. Step 3. Create urgency. Limited spots available. Price going up next week. Don't miss it out. Your competition is already taking action while you're sitting here thinking about it. Standard sales tactics. Because you're lonely and desperate, it works. Here's a screenshot from Andrew Tate and Hustlers University in 2022. Only 100 spots available. After that, it's $100 per month. Don't be the guy who waits and pays double. Artificial scarcity. security. The price never goes up permanently, but the fear of missing out, that's real. Step 4. Keep you dependent. This is the most insidious part. The course doesn't work out, you didn't apply it right. You need the advanced program. Still struggling, you need one-on-one coaching. Karena for coaching, then you're not serious about changing your life. Successful men invest in themselves. They never admit that their system is flawed. They blame you and sell you more. I've seen guys spend $20,000, only 2 years, course after course, coaching session after coaching session, never getting result, always being told they just need to commit more or go deeper. This is the trap. You buy the course, it doesn't work. They tell you it's your fault. You buy more. The lonelier you are, the more you spend, and they know this. And here's the crazy part. They are not even hiding it, and Rooted openly brag about Hustler University making millions per month. Fresh and Fit discuss their monetization strategy right on their podcast. They'll tell you, we're running a business, and the business model keep you subscribe, keep you buying, keep you hoping. The next course has your answer. Your loneliness isn't a problem they want to solve. It's a revenue stream they want to maintain. So why doesn't the advice work? Because the advice is generic. Be confident, hit the gym, approach women, stop being needy. That's not wrong, but it's not a $2,000 secret. It's common sense. And more importantly, it ignores the real issue. Most people struggling with loneliness aren't struggling because they don't know how to be alpha. They're struggling because 1. They're exhausted from work. You're telling a guy who works 60 hours per week at a job he hates to just be more confident and approach women. He doesn't have the energy. His cortisol level is off the roof. His mental health is suffering. 2. They have social anxiety, not because they're beta, because they've been isolated. Maybe they moved to the new city, maybe they work from home, maybe COVID destroyed their social circle. You can alpha your way out of clinical anxiety. 3. They lack social circles. Dating doesn't happen in a vacuum. Most relationships form through mutual friendship, shared activities, community connections. If you have no friends, no community, no social infrastructure, approaching random woman at bars isn't going to fix that. 4. They've been isolated by circumstances, economic pressure, cultural dislocation, family obligations, health issues. These aren't personal issues, they're a systemic issue, but the gurus can't admit that, because if they said, actually, your loneliness is caused by economic systems, lack of community infrastructure, cultural breakdown, and social isolation, you wouldn't buy a course. There's no $2,000 course that fixes this kind of problem. So instead, they tell you it's your fault. You're just not alpha enough. You're not high value. You need to work harder, be better, become more, and when it doesn't work, they blame you again. You didn't approach enough women, you didn't live heavy enough, you didn't commit to the program. The result, you follow the advice. It doesn't work, you feel more like a failure, and you stay lonely, which is exactly what they need to keep making money. And we're not just speculating here, there's research on this. Studies on male loneliness shows that the primary drivers are A. Social isolation, B. Economic insecurity, C. Mental health, and D. Cultural shifts. None of these are solved by becoming alpha. They require systemic change, mental health support, community building, economic opportunity, and cultural dialogue. But there's no courses for that, so they sell you snake oil instead. So who's making millions off of this? Let's talk names, not talk numbers. Fresh and Fit, two guys running a podcast telling men how to be high value. Their courses, hundreds to thousands of dollars. Here's the irony. They're not successful with women because they follow their own advice. They're successful because they built a business selling advice to lonely men. The advice itself doesn't matter if it works. What matters is that you keep watching, keep buying, keep believing. There's Andrew Tate. Before he was legal and legal Rumble, he was making $50 million per year from Hustler University. And it's 100,000 plus member paying $50 per month. That's $5 million per month, $60 million per year. What was Hustler University? The online code teaching 18 methods to make money. Crypto, dropshipping, freelancing, copywriting, and exclusive. I think you could learn on YouTube for free, but he packaged it as a secret that the Matrix doesn't want to show you. And 100,000 men paid $50 per month for access, and they're not alone. Myron Gaines, Sinico, Rollo Tomasi, and entrepreneurs like ours better bachelor. The list goes on and on, all following the same formula. Step 1, identify lonely men. Step 2, tell them their failure. Step 3, sell them a solution. And step 4, profit. This is a few guys making a side income. This is an industry worth hundreds of millions. Conservative estimates put the men starting improvement each at $500 million to $1 billion annually when you include courses, coaching, memberships, books, supplements, and merchandise. And the fastest growing segment, dating and masculinity coaching, targeted at men between 18 to 35 years old. The lonelier men become, the bigger the industry grows. And here's what makes it profitable: low overhead, one guy, camera, and a microphone. No physical product, no inventory, no service. High margins. Digital products cost nothing to reproduce. One course sold to 100,000 people. That's your profit after the first sale. Recurring revenue, monthly memberships, and predictable income. 1,000 guys paying $50 per month. That's $600,000 per year on autopilot. And most importantly, an endless supply of customers to stay keeping you lonely. So, if the Red Pill gurus are selling you snake oil, what's the actual solution? I'm not going to sell you a course. I'm going to tell you what actually works. 1. Build an actual community. Join clubs, activities, groups where you meet people regularly. Not to approach women, to build friendships. Relationships emerge from social circles, not cold approaches. 2. Address the root cause. If you're dealing with anxiety, depression, or trauma, see a therapist, not a dating coach, a licensed mental health professional. Your loneliness might be symptoms, not the disease. 3. Focus on quality of life, not sexual market value. Build a life you actually enjoy. Hobbies, friendships, purpose, health. Women are attracted to men who are genuinely happy, not men who are obsessed with being high value. 4. Reject the transactional mindset. The Red Pill teach you to view relationship as transactional. You provide value, she provides sex and companionship. That's not a relationship, that's a business deal, and it leaves both people empty. 5. Here's the hard truth. There's no shortcut. There's no one weird trick. There's no course that will fix systemic loneliness. What works is slow, unsexy, and free. Building friendships, working on mental health, creating community connections, developing genuine interest, and learning to be comfortable alone. That's not a product, that's a process. And no guru can sell you a process. In my last video, I talked about why young men are more lonely than ever. This video shows you who's profiting from it. The lonelier you are, the more desperate you become. The more desperate you are, the more likely you are going to buy their courses. The more you buy, the more money they make. And the advice they give keeps you lonely by design. If you actually find connection, you stop paying them. So here's the choice. You can keep feeding this industry, keep buying courses, keep hoping the next one will work, or you can recognize the scam for what it is. Your loneliness isn't a personal failure. It's not something you can alpha your way out of. It's a systemic issue being exploited for profit. And the gurus selling you solutions, they don't care if you succeed, they care that you keep staying. That's the truth that they never sell you. Stop buying the courses, start building the life.